Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another edition of Dr. D's Econet. We all know and are aware that the Indian cuisine is by far the most diverse, as each dish can be made in n number of ways, depending on the region it hails from. Now, most of us tend to cook 3 meals a day, and it isn't astounding or surprising that I too fall in the same category. Well, this gives me the very opportunity to experiment a lot with different dishes and cuisines, sternly in a healthy way. When it comes to putting everything in my body, I chiefly focus on taking foods in a form that importantly increase the alkalinity in my body, creating that acid-free environment inside me. So the dish that I prepare day in and out, you could say, or every single week, and is loved by all in my family, is the delectable 4MP curry. I fondly abbreviate it this way, but it's actually called the mushroom, methi, matar, malai and paneer ki sabzi. Isn't that delicious? The 4MP curry is a delicious Indian curry made with butter mushrooms, onions, tomatoes, cottage cheese, fenugreek leaves, spices and several other herbs. It is one of the best tasting and an extremely palatable dish that I have been making at home on a regular basis for a long time. It is quite simple, easy and an extremely easy to make curry that tastes extremely delicious. This very curry is immersed in a smooth and rich gravy that is packed, and I mean packed, with several flavors. It's extremely healthy considering the organic ingredients that go into it, and is low in calories due to mushrooms, paneer and cream used. The paneer and fresh cream so taken are a product of skimmed milk. So let's quickly get to the making of this very dish. So let's get started with the process. Now I have all my stuff right next to me, what all I need for making this beautiful curry. Now first things first, I'm going to heat up the pan. The pan is quite hot and I'm putting the pan on the low range. Please don't keep the flame high, okay? Now first things first, let us put a teaspoon of ghee. You can use any ghee, but I'm using organic ghee. Alright. 1 teaspoon of ghee and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. I'm using the Figaro olive oil. You can use any that you have, but please don't go in for the extra virgin olive oil. This is the normal olive oil. Once this is done, the first thing that we put in any curry is the onions. Now I've taken about 2 big onions, so it's the entire vessel. So I'm taking the onions. You can put the way I'm doing it, will be a lot easier and faster. Once the onions have been put, I'm going to kind of saute them. Okay. And on top of this, I'm going to put all the whole masalas, which is the peppercorns, the clove, and the star anise. I'm just going to put it just casually like that. And then I'm going to be putting about some jeera, about say, as we usually put for curries and veggies, just a bit, not much. Okay, and just saute this up. Well, you could have started with jeera as well, but it doesn't really make the taste different. So I think you can really do this way also. So it's a lot faster and it's a lot easier as well. So once this is done, we just wait for the onion to turn a little brown. By then, let's just put all the masalas we have. So I'm going to be starting off with haldi, which is turmeric, a bit of haldi. You can increase or decrease the quantity of all these masalas depending upon how you like it. The taste is not going to differ. Trust me on this. Then I'm going to put a lot of Kashmiri lal mirch because that is what will give it the fantastic color that we are looking forward to. Okay? And this is all organic masalas and organic spices. You can use whatever you have at home. And then I'm going to be adding some fennel seeds. Just a bit, because a little bit goes a long way. It gives immense amount of aroma, so you don't have to put too much. So I'm just going to now saute this. You can see the color change. It's beautiful, isn't it? You can add more Kashmiri lal mirch or chili powder depending upon how spicy you like the veggie to be. Well, in my family, we don't take too much of spicy veggie or food as such, so mild spice is alright for us. So after this, I'm going to be adding my dry leaves, my dry curries, which is the curry leaves. I'm going to add the curry leaves, what all I have. So let's be generous about it. And then I'm going to be adding my methi. I have chopped these kind of roughly and not finely. Okay, so just nicely saute them. And since we have a lot of ghee and olive oil in it, this will take care of the taste. Just one tip, please remember, do not add salt at any point of time in between now. Once the curry is ready is when you're supposed to add the salt, not now, because it will start to leave water and we don't want that. We want the onions to be nicely caramelized. So once the onions have got a beautiful color and they're kind of caramelized, I'm going to be adding the peas now. I have got a cupful of peas here. I've taken fresh peas. You can take frozen peas, but I would suggest you take fresh peas please, because it's good for health. I'm going to be adding the tomatoes as well. Now you can just slightly increase the range. Okay. Now you need to cook this for a while till the tomatoes and onions really get cooked well. Okay. It's a very quick dish and doesn't take much time, just that you need the onions and tomatoes to cook initially and then the rest is a smooth process. So if you have all the ingredients at home, which most of the kitchens have, but the important point is try to use the organic produce. It is very essential for your health. That's all is my emphasis on. Okay, otherwise the taste will be the same and it is going to be a lot beautiful. When you eat it with rotis, rice, it's going to taste delectable. So once that is done, I'm adding some ketchup to it. Okay. And in case you don't have ketchup, guys, you can always use some organic sugar. We need a little bit of sweetness in that savory taste. And it will really, really come out and it would really taste luscious. Trust me on this. Now I'm going to be adding my paneer also in this. Now paneer, I have an entire block, in the sense 100 grams. I'm just going to be putting it like that. You can chop it and you can put it, but my paneer is organic paneer, so it's very tender. It just tends to break like that, okay? So it will break in a while, and since I had kept it in the freezer, it's kind of a little hard. Because of that, with the heat, it will slowly disintegrate. You will see that. Once that is done, the paneer has been added. I'm going to add some fresh cream. Here you go, some fresh cream. Even this was in the freezer, so it's all hardened up. Because with the heat, everything will settle beautifully. Okay. Just saute the onions and tomatoes for a while, and then you can just put everything together. You see the beautiful color that's come up? That's the kind of color we're looking for. Been a while and you see the beautiful color that's come out, and the paneer is completely gone now. It's kind of disintegrated. You can't find the paneer. It's just so beautiful. The cream has melted beautifully. Now this is stage when you're going to add button mushrooms. I have about 400 grams of butter mushrooms. I've not chopped it. Please feel free to do so if you like, and you don't want bigger mushroom pieces to be there in your veggie. Please go ahead and chop them. But don't fine chop them, because then you will not taste mushroom as such. So I love to taste mushroom the way it is, so I don't chop it. But I've washed it very well. And also one more thing, that when I added the tomatoes, I made sure that the tomato skin was peeled with a peeler before I chop them. If you like, you can blanch them, in the sense you can boil them in water for a while in order to peel the skin off. And then you can grind it into a puree. It's totally up to you how you like it. But again, as I told you, there's going to be no change as far as the taste of the veggie is concerned. Okay? Now you can see. It looks amazing, doesn't it? Now this is the stage wherein we are going to add some salt. So I have salt with me. I'm using the Himalayan pink salt. You can use any that you have, but I prefer you guys use Himalayan pink salt, please, because it's great for health. Okay, about 2 tiny teaspoons of salt. And of course the last is the coriander, which is obviously used for garnishing purpose. So we are going to add it right at the end. So I'm going to just mix everything up beautifully and cover it and cook it for about 10 minutes. And within 10 minutes, the mushroom, methi, malai, matar and paneer ki sabzi would be ready to gorge on. So, well, I'm just going to keep it for a while and come back and check on my sabzi. You can see a closer look of the sabzi, how beautiful that looks. Right, so it's been 15 minutes and I have removed the lid. You can see how beautiful the curry looks, and you can see the oil separate, and the curry has a fantastic color. Now the curry is done. I'm going to be garnishing it with some coriander leaves. So it's all ready. So I'm just going to be adding coriander leaf. I'm going to be kind of generous with it, just as how I was generous with the curry leaf, because this is what brings in the beautiful flavors, and it just tends to create that magic. So you can see a closer look of how the veggie looks. Isn't that amazing? You can see how rich, how thick it looks. This veggie is perfect for rotis, for rice. You can have it even with bread. It's totally your choice. There's no hard and fast rule. So this is how the sabji is to be made, and you can see how beautiful that looks. Look at the color, look at the spices, and I can just feel the aroma. I'm just sinking into the aroma. I wish you could as well. So try this at your home and let me know how it curry turned out to be, and I'll be more than glad to read them. Thank you so much for joining in. Many more such videos, experimental cooking and healthy cooking in fact, only on Dr. D's Econet. Do subscribe my channel if you haven't and quickly become a part of Dr. D's Econet squad. Till then, this is Dr. D signing off. Do stay positive, cheerful, energetic and always be boisterous. Stay safe and get vaccinated.